What's going on, everybody? It is the first Sunday of November, which means another draft class update. Happy Halloween for those of you who celebrated. Hope it was a safe and fun holiday. But we're going to jump into my draft class here. I'm going to have instructions on how to download the draft class if you haven't been tuned in to my past videos. And just an FYI for those of you who are new here, I do have a roster where you guys can test out each of these individual players in the draft class as well. Also noted in my previous videos. So to start off with the update for this month, I have 8 new players in the draft class. Those 8 players are Braden Burries, Isaiah Harwell, Boogie Fland, Carter Knox, Alex Condon, Anthony Robinson II, Milos Uzan, and Braden Smith. That totals our draft class to 39 players. I'm probably going to sneak in a 40th player maybe in the next 24 to 48 hours, just to get to a nice round number. This month is also the first month we've had players play a sufficient sample size of games to see dynamic ratings updates, and that goes for the NBL players that we have in the draft class. So that is Kareem, Lopez, and Dash Daniels. I'm not going to make this super long, but here is a quick screen grab of the updates that I've made to Kareem Lopez. The TLDR is that he's shooting the ball very well. He's improved quite a lot from 3. He's up to a 79 rating in three-pointer, but his defensive effort has been a little bit disappointing. So you're going to see he's taken a hit in some of the IQ ratings and his hustle. He's also rebounded the ball a little bit better from the previous season, and his free throw percentage has gone up to 77%. For Dash Daniels, even though he's seen a overall rating decrease of 1, I'm not as concerned about him as a prospect because this is the first time we've seen him on the professional level. I actually added 3 badges to Dash Daniels, and those are Float Game, Glove, and Challenger. He has not been shooting the ball particularly well, especially from the free throw line. He's at 40% on the season. He's shooting 33% from 3, making 0.5 threes in just 17 minutes per game. And his rebounding isn't quite where I thought it would be, but nonetheless, I still think he's shown to be a positive perimeter defender. Even if he's not really a point guard prospect, he did do a great job on Jeremiah Fears in the preseason game that Melbourne matched up against the Pelicans. November also means that college basketball is going to tip off. So next month, we're going to have ratings updates for all of the NCAA players, which is very exciting. I'm not going to get as detailed with individual players going one by one. I'm just going to have more reference material for you guys since it is going to be a lot of players at a time. The key games I'll be keeping an eye on for this upcoming month. There are some huge games. We have the Champions Classic. We have the Players Era Tournament. We have a bunch of really high quality games with some of the top players playing against each other. So if you guys want to check out how these guys are performing in real life, these are the games to tune into for sure. Now back to the draft class updates. Caleb Wilson is one player that I did change quite a bit with. I sort of misevaluated him as a prospect, so I kind of revised his badges. He now has 5, which are Aerial Wizard, High Flying Denier, Challenger, Rise Up, and Break Starter. I won't go into the details of the attribute updates that I made, but basically he's more of a defensive prospect than he was before. And I also adjusted his wingspan from 7'4" that I had it at to 7'1". 2 players I made minor badge changes to. Hannes Steinbach, I gave him Brick Wall, Box Out Beast, and Paint Prodigy. And Darius Akov, I gave Lightning Launch. If you guys follow me on Twitter, you'll know that I have made some draft class changes based on Sam Vecini's Game Theory podcast and their mock draft. I got some information that I didn't have previously. So with that, I changed some attributes on Michael Brown. I dropped his layup to 70. And Nate Ament, I also dropped his layup to 70. I also updated Michael Brown's jump shot as is consistent with my creation video. And Nate Ament, I also updated his face and his jump shot both of which are also in the Nate Ament creation video. LeBaron Philon, he's now a 72 overall from 71. I just missed the fact that I had his intangible ratings pretty low, and I also boosted his ball control to 88 from 86. Bennett Sturtz, I updated his badges, so he has a new badge, Set Shot Specialist. He shot like 46% on catch and shoot jumpers, according to that podcast I was just alluding to. I also updated his jump shot. Thank you, Octavon, for the new jump shot signature, because it looks much better than the one that I had. I also boosted his shot IQ to 80, and his potential rating for some reason was wrong at 94. It's back to where it should be at 79. I also made some changes to height and weights of players where I noticed that the team had listings that were different. So Darren Peterson, Nate Ament, Jaden Quaintance, Yaxel Lendeborg, LeBaron Philon, Magoon Guath, Kareem Lopez. I either updated their height or weight or both, because their team changed how they were listed. I also made a couple of changes in player positions. So some examples are Tunde Yesufu. His rating went up to like 76 from 73, just changing him to small forward. So I had to use the intangible ratings to bump him back down a little bit more. Jojo Tugler is now at center, and Dash Daniels is now a shooting guard / small forward instead of a shooting guard / point guard. Another badge that I added to a player was Thomas Hauk. He now has Silver Rebound Chaser, and that bumped his overall rating to a 73. And then finally, I added more players to my backlog. So here's a list of the new players that I added into my backlog, along with the players who are currently in my backlog. If there's anybody you guys think are really high caliber that I don't have right now on this list that I haven't created, let me know, and then I can get them added into my backlog if I agree with you guys. I also made a lot of changes underneath the hood to potential ratings, probably too many to list here, but I will have a video about this in the future once I release my app. I anticipate doing that this month. As a reminder, the app is going to be a place where you guys can simulate the outcomes of the different players in my draft class, and I also hope to include the player rating changes as well, so you guys can just go there instead of having to listen to me list out all of the different player changes. And that about does it. So thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for getting this draft class to 5,000 downloads. I really appreciate it. If you guys are enjoying the content, please leave a like, consider subscribing, and also follow me on Twitter. I've been reposting a lot of the players in this draft class if they've played in an exhibition game and showing their highlights, so you guys can get a feel on how these guys play. So be sure to follow me there. And until next time, I will catch you guys later. Peace.